Here. I'm in charge of bringing you this week's assembly. So I just want to first of all start off by squashing the rumours that all I've been doing during lockdown is playing golf. It's completely untrue. I've been here down in Dartmouth working really hard.
Archie, how many times can you get these golf clubs out of the boot so I can put the pushchair in?
Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, those rumours about me playing golf are completely untrue. Let's get back to this week's assembly. So, this week we are looking at Refugee Week, and I don't know that much. So, what I've done is I've got a friend to help me, and we're going to ask him a few questions, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the work that he does and refugees in general.
Hi Jack, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you giving up your time. As I've said, we're doing an assembly for the Royal School this week, and I'd just like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Brilliant, that's no problem at all, Mr. Lodge.
So, the first question I would like to know is, what is a refugee?
Okay, so the UK government recognises a treaty known as the UN Convention on the Status Relating to Refugees. So they take the definition directly from that. So I've got a definition here, and it's a bit long-winded, but it's someone who is unable or unwilling to return to their country of origin owing to a well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, or membership of a particular social group or political opinion. So obviously, that's a lot of words, but to break it down, it generally means someone that's crossed an international border to find safety or refuge in another country. And this means that people that are refugees are people that often escape in situations such as war, violence, persecution, or torture. I think it's important when we use labels like refugee to understand that this particular group are they're people first. So rather than think of them as just refugees, that there are people. And I think that some of the problems that we have is that the media can sometimes associate negative connotations with the word refugee, and this can lead to many conceptions for the general public of what actual refugee is. So I think that people, due to these misconceptions, they often vastly overestimate the amount of refugees in the UK. A lot of people think there are more refugees in the UK than there actually are. And I think that the other thing is that what people fail to recognise as well sometimes is that the positive impact refugees have on the UK economy, and then just into society in general, and bringing in an element of culture, multiculturalism to our society.
Absolutely. And you work for the Refugee and Migrant Centre, so could you just tell me a bit about what it does?
Yeah, of course. So we're a charity, like I said, with the RMC, the Refugee and Migrant Centre. We're here to support, obviously, people with refugees, so people that fall into that category that we've just spoken about. But we also support migrants. So people, a migrant is just someone that's just come to the UK from a different country. So that's all, a migrant is just someone that has moved country, so from country to country. So we're here to support anyone really that has just arrived in the UK and has found themselves in Wolverhampton. We're also based we're a Midlands-based charity, so we've got offices in Birmingham and Walsall as well. What we do is try and support people from the moment really that they arrive in the UK, right up until the moment, and if they're willing to become British citizens. And even past that point, so a lot of our clients are still have become British, and we're still supporting them to do specific things. The way that we help people, one of the main ways is providing immigration casework and support. So what this basically means is helping people to make immigration applications to make sure that their right to be in the UK is totally legal, and that this causes no problems with the UK government and authorities. That everything is above board, and they've done things by the book to make sure that but basically that people don't, the UK government does not try to remove them.
How many people do you help then? How many?
So, like, it varies really, but on a day-to-day basis across our 3 branches, we normally have around 160 people come through the doors every single day. It's a lot. So in the past year, we've actually seen the financial year, so from April to April, we saw 13,395 different clients. And we've supported clients spanning from 140 different nationalities, so 140 countries, and and speakers of 62 different languages. So it's quite varied.
Excellent. And so, can you tell me a bit about your day-to-day role with the RMC and what you get up to specifically?
So like a typical day, so what we do in a typical day, we have a drop-in centre in the morning, so people come and see us and drop in. So like I said, we see those 160 people, and it can be for a wide variety of different issues, so not just immigration. We do housing, education, advice on health, and things like that. And people also come to us for English classes and other things. We then will book longer appointments in the afternoon, so we diagnose, but try and sort out problems, try and figure out what the problem is in the morning, and then book longer appointments to tackle that problem in the afternoon. Me personally, I take a lead on working with young people who are trying to prove to the UK government that they are refugees. So this involves me spending a lot of time with young people, in particular, helping them understand the UK immigration system, and then accompanying them to solicitor meetings and interviews with the Home Office, who are the government department that deals with immigration. It's not all that serious though, is it? I've been able to get involved in some fun activities, such as we've been go-karting, rock climbing,
Nice.
we've been on some meals out and stuff like that. So. And that definitely makes my colleagues very jealous.
Excellent. And then finally, Jack, what can I do? What can we do to help the RMC and just refugees in general?
I think as a charity, I think one of the best ways we can support us is really just to raise awareness. So just share the work that we do. With your friends and family, that would be brilliant. And I think that I'll send over a link later to our website and our social media details. I think that one of the ways that the best way to support refugees in general is just really to become familiar with the facts surrounding refugees and just raise your own awareness of the reasons why people come to the UK, because I think this would then impact on your interaction when you meet these people, meet people that have come here to escape a variety of different things, really. So I think by doing that, you open yourself up really to become empathetic and really get a feel for why someone's come here.
Yeah, excellent. Well, that's all we've got time for, Jack. I really appreciate you giving up your time to come and inform me and everybody that's going to watch this video about the RMC and refugees in general to help us as a school celebrate Refugee Week. So thanks again, Jack. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Jack there for telling us a little bit more about the work that he does. If you want to know any more about the RMC or refugees in general or Refugee Week, I will put some links on at the end of this video so you can kind of read up on those and find out a bit more. All that's there for me to say is to take care, thank you for watching, and see you soon.